Who should I show my poem to first? Y'all already know. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. This might be even better than yesterday's. Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. A writer of my skill level challenging me, perhaps? It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Because she doesn't have any friends. Do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, if it's with you. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. Wait, what? The symptom? I can read like 97% of cursive writing. I don't know what that says. I think that's symptom. Yeah, I don't get that. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I am merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic parlable conditioning. I slice the bread and I feel myself again. Yo, bro, that was metaphor, bro, for chopping up human beings. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. She's an animal killer. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, ISO Plus? I don't be chopping up humans. I think she's a killer, bro. Well, I think she's chopping up animals, bro. Yeah, I guess I do. What? I don't have no hobby that I'm what? I watch anime, I play games, I read comics. I don't have any hobbies where I'm like, I can't share that with the world. That's a little sus. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. We got our priorities taken care of. Yuri has read our poem of the day. All the other options are merely bonuses, or, you know, they're not as important. They're not. Yuri is our main focus, even though I'm pretty sure that poem was, she be chopping up people or animals or something, bro. Like, I think Yuri Slick might be a murderer, bro. Dang. Why she gotta be the crazy one? Probably. Her and Monica. They're Monica. Nasuki and Sayori are innocent. Whatever, I'm rambling. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm gonna go ahead and save. Sayori. I like this one, ISO Plus. It has some nice feelings in it. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help you give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping, I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. My happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. That was really deep for Sayori. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Okay, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion, or maybe she's probably gonna write until she dies, because she's probably gonna die within the week. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. All right, Nasuki. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you putting in some effort, but I still don't like this at all. Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Nasuki stops short all of a sudden. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? No. What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this angsty, ugh. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Take your stupid poem if you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Nasuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. All right, Monica, the second most sus person here. Hi again, IsoPlus. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. All right, This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen or when she's talking about literature. It's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one, anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying, Monica's into us. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? Save me. Oh, gosh. Woo! Okay. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing on a chalkboard. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaninglessness. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Oh God, she's a murderer! I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and, Yep. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? This girl just broke the fourth wall. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh gosh. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who has been coloring a poster. Sayori, who has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Nasuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Nasuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a room full of people. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I mean, I guess. Not really. I know we all do. No, because the more people in here, the less time we get to spend with Yuri. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Nasuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right. What about you, Yuri? I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? I'll start off and help everyone feel a little more comfortable. The title of this poem is The Way of the Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly what to apply emotion behind, and each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something that she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden? This poem is called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. I guess I'm next then. This one's called My Meadow. Aha! Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then, Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Isoplus liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with this kind of delivery. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Nasuki? Don't make me go before Isoplus. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Isoplus lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Nasuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm really not as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Nasuki. Yeah. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting? Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Nasuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Nasuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Nasuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Nasuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. All right, there's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Monica? That would have been to impress Yuri. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. How am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Isoplus. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. Does she seriously have a crush on us? So let's just say that one day Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I mean, I don't want to lie. I would walk home with Yuri. Like, if we being real, I would still walk home with Sayori. Oh, gosh. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Dang, my voice just cracked. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But even if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time?